It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post some new content. Taste the beverage as always. All right? So, hey, what we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law. Now, if you're a subscriber to my channel, right, you know that when I say that, or if I say something like, now, as ridiculous as some things may sound, there comes a time of desperation when no one's looking that you will give the ridiculous a try. Now, both of those, which I've already said, right? But the one that I actually really went with for today's show is the first one I said. What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law. And then, for the most part, you might say, okay, well, what law are you talking about? I'm talking about the unwritten law. And because for the most part, right, I look at, and this is why I said in the description, I'm glad that I'm married, because the shit that's out there now, if I wasn't married, I would spend most of my time on Pornhub, to be perfectly honest with you. Because these young women today, right? They don't know how to cook worth a damn unless you're cooking with Kaya. But then again, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it's suspect, but hey, in today's world, everything is goddamn suspect. Like, no bullshit. So, but in our case, for the rest of you motherfuckers that can't cook like her, you went to goddamn microwave, which I already talked about. But a lot of you young women, if like I say, if I was to ask the question, the all important question, right? Do you shower or do you take a bath? Right? And the first time you holler you shower, exit stage, put like this, exit stage left, exit stage right. Because that shit is rather funky. You need to fill up the bathtub, sit your ass in some motherfucking water, let that shit soak. You can't, put like this, you can't do the pussy like you do a dick and some balls. You can't do it. This next to impossible. You gotta let that motherfucker soak. Go get you some douche or something other. Make sure that some bitch is clean. So on top of a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to cook, you don't know how to wash your ass, right? And then you go out and you buy the fake hair, the fake eyelashes, the fake fingernails, the fake titty, the fake ass, and then you on a motherfucker that make $500,000 a year. It ain't nothing real about your ass. Hell, you don't even know how to wash your ass. And then you gonna go out and get a fake one? Yeah. But in the wonderful world of YouTube, and all of the people that I'm subscribed to, right? You know, not to say that they don't know what's going on, because they do know what's going on, right? But they never tell you why shit is going like how it's going. And I know I said this before. That's why, you know, I guess I call myself the crazy uncle. And it's only because I've been around for a pretty good while. I go and I study shit where you motherfuckers, y'all just look at it and be like, okay, well, society has changed. So this is why a lot of these so-called modern women that y'all call, in which for the most part, I don't know why the fuck y'all calling these motherfuckers modern, right? Because, listen, anytime that you got your ass out and you shaking it, guess what? You're not a modern woman. Especially when you doing that shit for the whole world to see, right? And then say that you shake your ass just enough, and then here come all of these people, all of these men, right? Hell, even some women. And they come to you, and you know who the fuck you are, right? So what happens, all these motherfuckers come to you, and it's motherfuckers that you really don't too much care for. But you'll be like, okay, well, I'll let that one over there play with my booty, right? And then, depending on how he played with it, right? You 9 times out of 10, you're gonna leave this motherfucker alone. But and then there's the simple fact, okay, if you let somebody play with your booty, right? Is it natural? Is it a factory original? Right? Because at least men my age, right? We don't want to play with no fake booty. I mean, if you got a big booty, then okay, yeah. But if it's a fake big one, then carry that shit over there. Let the dumb motherfucker play with it. The motherfucker that's putting the circle in the square. Go let him do that. Right? So in either case, what I'm saying is this. And I know I said this once before. Once you've been let out of the cage, right? It's like, okay, you're free to do whatever, whenever. You never, and then you motherfuckers holler like, ooh, I'm independent. No, you're not. You're going to need that. Because we as men, we all players. We've been out here since day one, right? You motherfuckers didn't come until like day 7. Right? It's like seriously. Like we got here on day 6, you motherfuckers got here on day 7. Or let's just say it was late in the day of day 6. Damn near day 7. Right? So this is why a lot of women, regardless of age, this is why y'all act the way that y'all do. Because you actually really forgot where the fuck you came from. Plain and simple. You forgot where the fuck you came from. You came from a man. And then it's just for the simple fact that if you actually stop and think about it for a minute, that's why a lot of you motherfuckers are fatherless, because your mama didn't know no goddamn better, right? You're out there shaking your ass, trying to catch some. You're out there shaking your ass, trying to catch somebody reasonable. But the thing about it though, is this: a high value man, and I actually really have to go back to what Melissa Ford said, and for whatever reason, everybody's on her case. But she did say one thing that I actually really do agree with. A high value man doesn't always necessarily mean that you got bukus of money. A high value man is a man that's actually really gonna look at you for who the fuck that you are, right? And be like, you know what? I can work with this one, right? Now, some of you motherfuckers might be like, okay, oh, well, you being a simp. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you something about simping. Y'all sit up here and holler simp this, simp that, simp the other. But when you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, a man's nature is to do what to his woman or somebody that's gonna be his potential wife? The fuck you think they gonna do, right? And then the whole simp thing for them for as far as I look at it, that's matter of opinion. And just know that the crazy uncle says that a lot of y'all's opinions are rather fucked up. From Kevin Samuels, even though from Kevin Samuels, may he rest in shit, until anybody else that's gonna carry their ass on YouTube or any other motherfucking so-called social media outlet get on here and actually really try to talk about this, that, and the third when your motherfucking ass can't even count past 2. So for me, right, I'm just like, don't actually really talk about the problem at hand. I need for y'all so-called other YouTube content providers to be like, okay, that's a fucked up woman. Okay, why she fucked up? Tell me that. And then again, I need for you to tell me, okay, well, why she fucked up? Because see, this is all what the fuck that y'all can do. Y'all can sit up here and talk about how fucked up a woman is, but you never give a motherfucking reason why. And I'm not going to call out no name, but y'all motherfuckers, y'all know who y'all are. I'm subscribed to a lot of y'all. And I sit up here and I listen to some of that bullshit that y'all talk. But you never gave the reason why. And the crazy uncle just gave you the reason why. But will it go anywhere? Apparently it ain't, because you motherfuckers is still talking the same shit. Don't know no goddamn better. Cause cause I'm almost at this point, with the exception of maybe 2 people. The rest of you motherfuckers are single. Right? I mean, now the only reason why I can say what the fuck I say, yes, I'm married. But my wife knows when I put shit down, you can go back, you can track it, do whatever the fuck it is that you need to do. Because I always go to the motherfucking source of the problem. A lot of y'all ain't. I don't know if it's too deep in the goddamn water for y'all, and your lungs ain't strong enough. Really don't know what the motherfucking problem is. But the thing about it though is this: all women, they want that stability, which for the most part, I really don't have no problem with it. Go get you somebody that, you know, for the most part, that they can actually really pay the bills. Pay the bills. Not your bills, but to pay the bills. And then just know this: I'm not gonna do this shit if I'm dating you. Yes, you may be potential, but just because you potential don't mean that I'm gonna pay for your shit. If it's any bills that's actually really gonna be paid, me and you need to walk down the motherfucking aisle. And then it becomes our bills. So yeah, I will pay our bills. I will not pay your motherfucking bills, especially if I just ran into your motherfucking ass. So all of you women talking about pay a bill here, pay a bill there. No, I'm not paying for a motherfucking thing. How is you getting by before you run into me? Right? Now, again, like what I'm saying, right? You know, a lot of this, what I'm saying, actually really comes from upbringing. Because it's too easy to tell the male child, say, hey, look, guess what? Don't you go out there and go get a ready-made family. Because 9 times out of 10, this shit ain't gonna work out for you. You have, as a parent or parents, that's what the fuck you have to do. It's what the fuck my parents told me. Don't go out there and get somebody that already got something. Right? Now, me, on the other hand, hey, guess what? My wife, she got a child, but she grown. So, what the fuck? Now, my previous marriage, she had a son, 2 years old, about to turn 3, right? So guess what? He belonged to me. And I know I done told y'all about that, right? I put his ass through school, and he's successful. Because my ex-wife, even though It wasn't all the time. But when it was really time for me to put my foot down, goddamn it, that's what the fuck I did. So I don't want to hear nothing about this other shit that y'all be talking about neither, right? Now I will. Now, with in anything, there's always a limit, right? If you got one child, and then I'm saying this, if I wasn't married, right? If you got one child, depending on how old that child is, right? Then, for the most part, I might rock with you a little bit, right? But just know if you bring but like this, if you and your little road rat come here and you fucking up shit in my house, yeah, I'm gonna get on you, regardless what the fuck your mama may say. Motherfucker, you little short motherfucker, you in my goddamn house. Knock some shit over if you want. I'm gonna knock you on your little ass and to be ready for your mama. Right? So here's the deal. You need to get that shit established before anything else happens. Young pussy is good. Or let's just say pussy that still has a lot of tread on it. Whether you young or not, it's just pussy with good tread is good, regardless of motherfucking age. So I need for you motherfuckers to stop talking about that. Okay, when you hit the wall, it's all said and done. Just like I said, I'm 51 years old. And for all intents purposes, I've been out of the market since 1998. And this is what, 2025, or what the fuck y'all want to call 2025? But the whole dating pool deal, it's just like, okay, the women, they got the right concept now. Yes, go out, get you somebody that's actually like really gonna take care of you, right? But just know this: it don't take 500 grand to actually really make this shit happen, right? I'm retired Army, so you already know that I ain't getting that much money, but I have a wife that loves me, has loved me since we were kids, right? I pay for every goddamn thing in this house. And then when she see that I ain't got no money, guess what she do? She gives me money. Right? I do anything and everything for that woman that I'm married to. Right? I mean, but see, here's the deal. My wife, at least for far as me is concerned, right? I didn't have to make 6 figures. It was just for the simple fact that we grew up together, and it's a lot of y'all that actually really grew up together. And then speaking of which, that one shit that I saw, I think Anton Daniels, right? Shout out to him. But what that one bitch said, well, actually all three of them sounded stupid. But what that one bitch said, right? She was just like, well, just because we didn't want to deal with y'all back in the day because y'all was nerdy or whatever. And then it was because I don't want to actually really word what she said, but basically what was happening was this. Basically what she's saying is this. Yes, we didn't want y'all back then because y'all thought that we, as the nerdy motherfuckers, right? We wasn't enough for y'all, right? So y'all went to the drug dealer, the bad boy, if you will. Motherfucker got you pregnant, slapped you upside the head a couple of times. Now you're a single mom. Now here you come back to the nerdy motherfucker. And this bitch gonna have the nerve to say, well, y'all need to let that shit go. I'm just like, no. That is not how the fuck the song goes. Because here's the deal. And this is where I say out of the cage syndrome comes into play. Right? You out of the cage. Puberty then hit your ass like this. And you looking at yourself, you got a little titty about you, your little booty sit out a little bit. Then you go fuck up your hair, right? Then you carry your ass to school, then the nerdy motherfucker, because here's the deal. I was a nerdy motherfucker. Matter of fact, right to this day, I still feel like that I'm that nerdy motherfucker. Now, I'm not like one of the I'm not no revenge of the nerd type of motherfucker. But just know, I know some real serious shit. All right? And so for the most part, I'm like, no. I mean, because why the fuck, if you was a T-bone steak back in the day, as much as I enjoy steak, but then you push me off, right? Now your ass looking like a bucket of chitlins. I don't even like washing dishes behind chitlins. So why the fuck would I want you now? Well, you look like a bucket of chitlins. Because I'm going to tell you something about the crazy uncle. You can look at me now. I'm in motherfucking shape. So guess what? Just know that the crazy uncle, before I even called myself the crazy uncle, I was always in motherfucking shape. Now, granted fact, I had hair on my head, but I was smart. I was in motherfucking shape. I knew what the fuck I wanted out of life. But did any of you bitches come towards me? That's have to go be like 50-50 because, because it was because for me, right, I was like, and even to this day, and this is why I'm glad that I'm married, but I'm like, or I was like an extremely shy person. Right. So for me, right, it was a couple of them that came my way. Right. And they were nice looking. And so, but at the time, right, I always remember what my mom said. Hey, look, it's okay to date, but you always need to watch yourself. Right? And so for the most part, it's what the fuck I did. Because I wasn't ready for any type of obligation as a teenager. Right? So for the most part, not to say that it ever got to that point. But if it did, I would be like, you know what? Because I already knew what the fuck my mom and my dad told me. Right? Or my dad, yeah. So, It was just, it was, it was just one of those deals, right? So I mean, this is how you have to actually really look at certain things, and so y'all got to excuse me. Local got me. So, but with this current dating pool that's out there now, I actually like really a lot of y'all, and I'm not saying that all women are like that or like some of that shit, right? But I'm just saying for you motherfuckers that's from 18 to 30, ass out, still out there in the motherfucking club, shaking your ass or whatever, right? Because 9 times out of 10, I really don't know how old that bitch was or is, but I'm almost willing to bet money she probably still out in the motherfucking club. Her and that other loudmouthed bitch, or the other two, right? And so, I mean, yeah, I know y'all hear me talking, but shit, just go on Anton Daniels' channel, right? And then you'll see that. I mean, cause she got a fat face, So y'all already know what the fuck she like, and then just listen to what that bitch said, right? I mean, cause I'm just like, cause I'm like this, right? If you're a woman, right? I don't need you to be Cardi B, right? I don't need for your pussy to be worn the fuck out. I don't need no WAP. Now the WAP is good, but then again, you might want to say TWAP, right? Because here's the deal. Instead of saying wet ass pussy, how about you say tight wet ass pussy? Because just know that there's some tight wet ass pussy out there, and motherfuckers in their 40s and 50s. Just putting it out there, right? So to say that you got a WAP, that's neither here nor there. How tight is that motherfucker? Is what I'm looking at. So again, the dating pool, all types of fucked up, right? That's why I'm glad I'm the fuck. Ooh, y'all just don't know how glad. If y'all really knew how happy I am about being married to the most beautiful woman ever in my eyes, motherfuck what y'all say, right? But I'm just like, no, The only thing for you young motherfuckers can do for me, right? Keep it moving, right? And if your booty look like something other, I might look at it for a couple of seconds and then like, okay, I'm gone. Because it's just for the simple fact, yeah, the booty might look nice, but how well do you clean that motherfucker? And so it goes back to what I said earlier, right? Fellas, for you motherfuckers that's out there, that's if you single and then you see a nice looking female, you might want to ask her this motherfucking question. Hey, do you shower or do you take a bath? And if that bitch say, oh, I shower, you might want to leave that motherfucker alone. Because that twerk air is gonna be something fierce. Especially if she got a BBL. which gonna make the twerk air that much more furious. So, with that being said, it's what the fuck y'all get to do. And it's quite obvious y'all ain't been doing it, right? So, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street around the corner, Father's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'll holler at y'all. Going back in.